I hope everyone's having a good weekend. Oh, I got some new equipment, new stuff, new microphone. I decided to use a better camera. I'm actually able to place audio from the videos I play if I decide to play any. Um, I'm hoping everybody's having a good weekend, heading into another week of work for everybody, most likely, more than likely, for a lot of us. I hope everyone's having a good one. What's on my mind today? You know, last video I did, I was talking sports and just things to get my mind off of some of the nonsense that's going on in the world. Like someone trying to supposedly kill the president again. Would you honestly believe this is the third time? The third time since he's become president that someone has supposedly tried to assassinate him. All three, 0 for 3. Somehow he was sniped and got his ear supposedly should have blown off, but there's no scar. And somehow he's fine. He's able to just maneuver and move on through life like nothing happened. If you ask me, I feel like it's staged, but you know, you can't prove it. It's just me talking. All I do know is that the man, an African American man at that, was able to get into one of the most highly secure places on the planet. This presidential dinner or whatever that happens throughout the every year, I guess, whatever. He was able to get past numbered of highly trained armed guards, the Secret Service. This isn't just anybody. These are people who are hired to protect the president. He's able to get by, shoot one of the Secret Service's agents in the chest, but they were able to survive because they have a vest. Get a little far, and then he was captured. Now, this just sounds so fishy, like a false flag. I feel as if anybody even remotely got close to trying to assassinate the president, he would have been lit up with so much lead they wouldn't even be able to identify who he was because of how they protect him. But no, they were able to capture him, and he's in custody. They went to his house and all this nonsense, complete nonsense. But that's the story of the day, yesterday, to get us off of the complete disaster, what's going on in the Middle East, and the war of choice that the 47th president decided to get us into for reasons that still remain unexplained. Regime change, nuclear war, nuclear enrichment. It doesn't matter. Everyone knows why we are in this situation, and we're just hoping that we can get out of this situation without any more lives and nothing escalating where there's no turning back. Yeah, that's what's going on right now. We have side quests. Meanwhile, potentially World War III is right around the corner. Unless we can find people who can actually hold him accountable. You know, just thinking about it, I think there's something called Congress. Nah, they don't do nothing. They don't care about it. I thought it was equal power, but I guess it's just executive power. But yeah, that's what's been going on in my mind. I mean, I'm watching the playoffs, just nonsense, things to get my mind off of what's really going on in the world. You know, it's just, everything is usually a distraction just to get my mind off of how people around the world are really in the worst situations imaginable. Terrible. Like, I spoke about it a little bit before, but I don't know. My heart just bleeds just seeing what I'm seeing. That's continued to be seeing on in 4K. People being displaced, families being ruined, torn apart, entire bloodlines being wiped away, homes being destroyed, churches, hospitals, schools, everything just being wiped away. And somehow people across the globe continue to fight and preserve and move forward, even when their back's against the wall. Got caught up there. It's very admirable, but it's just disheartening because I would like to believe that the country that I was raised in, born in, was fed a bunch of propaganda about how righteous we are as a nation, as a country, as a people. I don't see that. I see us as complicit. I see us as aggressors. I see the United States as bullies. Now, that might sound like I'm not American. It's the last thing I am. I mean, that's the only country that I've ever known, only country I probably will ever know. For better or for worse, I want to see Americans succeed and prosper. But it seems like we're not going to get there unless we get the right people in office and the wrong people out of office. And don't fall for the same shtick again. Like, they're going to try both sides. Like I said before, I'm usually more of a Democratic voter, but I'm thinking about voting for whoever has my best interest in heart. I think that's a lot of us have been thinking. But both sides, Republican and the Democrats, are going to try to sell us much of the same. I already know the Republicans are going to try to sell us how great J.D. Vance is, how he came out of nowhere, became a senator, and in 2 years became vice president, which is like one of the greatest leaps ever for anybody. Not even just in politics, that's just in life. He's just been ascended. And he is complicit in almost everything that has been going on. Oh, I was just being a good vice president to my president. I disagree with him on a couple of things. No. This isn't real. This is just a bunch of nonsense that they're going to try to feed us and tell us. And on the Democratic side, oh man, what are they going to try to feed us? Gavin Newsom, who is on the fence of even admitting that a genocide is even happening halfway across the world? Or is it going to be Kamala Harris, who didn't have to go through any primary to even find out if she could even be the Democratic nomination to be the president? No. Nobody believes her. Nobody wants to more of the same. I believe if she would have been president, one way or another, we probably still would have been in the same situation we're in right now, which is fighting wars for other countries. Completely against what we actually need. No. They're both going to sell us on nonsense and bullshit. And we got to think ahead of that. We got to find people who have our interests in heart, who understand, man, $4 for a gallon of gas is crazy right now. About 350 for eggs. Like, what's going on? What's going on? Is it getting more expensive to produce these goods? No, no. It's just the people at the top are just taking more of the money and giving us less of it and having us fight for it. No. We need people who understand. That's the reason why people voted for Mamdani. I voted for Mamdani. I think he has done the best job he can do, honestly. Politics is always going to be a tricky situation. I mean, I can only imagine you thinking that, oh yeah, once you get elected, you can just do this, and the third. It's not like that. I'm pretty sure. I mean, you need to have, you know, people vote and help you get to laws that you want passed and whatever, reform to move money from one place to another to be more distributed to us. And I feel not only does he talk a good game, I believe he means what he says. You know, it's sad that an immigrant, not from this country, actually understands the ideals of the working class of Americans. And let's talk about New Yorkers in particular. He understands the plight and is trying to get us at least somewhat in the game. I mean, think about what's going on in this country. The country now is the richest it's ever been. There is more wealth in the United States of America now than there have ever been. And where is it at? It's like 10 people, 8, 9 people who have it all, most of it, 30% of it, damn near all of it. And this is us fighting for the rest of it. How can things go up except salaries and we allow it? How? People want to have a decent life, a decent, honest life, you know. Start a family, get a car, go on vacation, do things. Spend this money that y'all are hoarding on the products that you have. Vacations, skiing. Water parks. Could be anything. Skydiving. These are all things, markets, cruises, markets that they want us to pay for, but they want to squeeze the last bit of money. You think people are choosing going on cruises over feeding their kids? It's not happening. It's not like a good economy for everybody is everyone's allowed to do some things. We get it. There has to be some hierarchy. You guys that are rich, you're going to be rich. Your families are most likely going to be rich unless you make bad investments. The rest of us will never touch even a cent of that money. Never sniff it. Not that kind of money. Hundreds of billions of dollars, no. Is it wrong for people who want to have an honest living to make at base value $80,000, $100,000? No, they starting you off at. I think the average right now is around $36,000, $40,000 a year. It's not cutting it. It's not cutting it. We got the housing market still flooded, terrible. 50-year mortgages by Trump. He started whispering that a couple of months ago. It's insane. But the funny thing is, it's the only way certain generations are ever going to have a chance to even think about buying a house. I can't buy a house, so, and I'm past 40. So, your generation will not be able to buy a house the way they doing it. Things will have to change. Things will have to change. You know, I'm thinking maybe I should start writing like scripts. Sometimes I just go off the rip. I just go live, try to be as entertaining as possible, talk about what's on my mind. I would like to have some engagement. Like people tell me what's on their mind, what's bothering them, what can we do to change what's going on, and it's affecting all of us. People are committing suicides now more than ever. I think it has something to do with the fact that they can't afford to do anything with their lives, that they're stuck in student debt, that even when they finish getting their degrees, that there's no jobs for the degree that they spent thousands of dollars for. No, we need real people, real leadership. And that's something that's severely lacking. Independent. We need leadership, man. I'm telling you. And we're not going to get it by sitting by and letting the same people do the same things over and over to us. Tell us, no, it's fine that you can go to work for the rest of your life until you're, oh no, we're going to raise the retirement age. We want you to retire at 67, 68 now. And we want you to start working when you're so like 14. So basically your whole life is work, 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 give. And then when you're old, you die, we'll take everything that you own, and that's it. Unless you're rich. Then you can send it down to your inheritance. And there's all tricky ways where they don't even pay taxes on that either. It's just amazing. It's just amazing how this world is and how this country is. Think about it. Think about who you're going to vote for. Pay attention to your primaries. Pay attention to your districts, your councilmen and councilwomen. Pay attention. Ask them questions. Call them. I've been idly by my whole life, and I think it's time for me to start calling and making my point heard. The same should be for you.